The cabin at Hollow Creek. Sarah, James, and Lisa had planned their weekend getaway to the remote cabin at Hollow Creek for months. Nestled deep within the forest, the cabin was reputed to be the perfect escape from their bustling city lives. They had no idea what awaited them in the shadowy woods. The drive to the cabin was long and treacherous. The road twisted and turned, becoming narrower and more overgrown as they went deeper into the forest. By the time they reached the cabin, dusk had settled, casting eerie shadows through the trees. The cabin itself looked like something out of an old photograph: weathered wood, a sagging porch, and windows that seemed to gaze back at them like dark, unblinking eyes. As they unpacked, a sense of unease settled over the group. The air was still, unnaturally so, and the only sound was the rustle of leaves in the breeze. Despite the unsettling atmosphere, they decided to make the best of their first night. They built a fire, roasted marshmallows, and shared stories. As the night wore on, the forest seemed to press in around them, the darkness growing heavier and more oppressive. James was the first to notice the figure. Standing at the edge of the clearing, barely visible in the dim light of the fire, was a shadowy silhouette. "Did you guys see that?" he whispered, his voice trembling. Sarah and Lisa turned to look, but the figure had vanished. They laughed nervously, brushing it off as a trick of the light or an overactive imagination. Yet, the feeling of being watched persisted. That night, they were jolted awake by a loud thud. The cabin shuddered as if something heavy had slammed against it. James grabbed a flashlight and cautiously approached the window. The beam of light cut through the darkness, revealing nothing but the dense forest. "Probably just a branch," he said, though he didn't sound convinced. The three huddled together, eventually drifting off into a restless sleep. The next morning, they discovered strange symbols carved into the wood of the cabin's exterior. The marks were crude, almost primitive, and seemed to form a circle around the entire structure. "What the hell is this?" Lisa exclaimed, tracing a finger over the deep grooves. As the day wore on, their unease grew. They decided to explore the forest, hoping to shake off the feeling of dread. But the deeper they went, the more they felt an unseen presence watching them. They stumbled upon an old, abandoned campsite. Tattered tents and rusted camping gear lay scattered around, but no sign of the campers. Night fell quickly in the forest, and they hurried back to the cabin. The moment they stepped inside, they knew something was wrong. The air was thick, suffused with the smell of decay. Shadows seemed to dance at the edges of their vision. They tried to light a fire, but the flames sputtered and died, as if the darkness itself was smothering them. And then, the whispering started. At first, it was faint, barely audible over their own breathing. But it grew louder, more insistent. A chorus of voices, speaking in a language they couldn't understand, filled the cabin. Panic set in, and they huddled together, desperately trying to block out the sound. Suddenly, the front door flew open, slamming against the wall. The figure from the previous night stood in the doorway, its features obscured by the darkness. It stepped inside, and the temperature dropped, their breath visible in the freezing air. The whispering stopped, replaced by a deep, resonant voice that seemed to come from everywhere and nowhere. "Leave this place," it commanded, "or suffer the same fate as those before you." Terrified, they scrambled to gather their things, but the figure blocked their way. It reached out, its touch cold as ice. Sarah screamed, but no sound escaped her lips. The figure's grip tightened, pulling her towards it. In a desperate bid, James grabbed a poker from the fireplace and swung it at the figure. It passed through, hitting nothing but air. The figure laughed, a chilling sound that echoed through the cabin. "You cannot harm what is already dead." With a surge of adrenaline, they broke free and bolted for the car. They sped down the treacherous road, never looking back. As they reached the edge of the forest, the oppressive feeling lifted, and the whispering ceased. They vowed never to speak of what happened at Hollow Creek. Years later, the cabin still stands, weathered and abandoned. Locals avoid it, sharing hushed stories of the three who barely escaped with their lives. And on quiet nights, when the wind is just right, some claim to hear faint whispers, a reminder of the malevolent presence that lingers in